Hello everybody, Dušan Schneider from Slovak Republic. I will probably, sorry. Just a side one there.
Okay.
Where to point it? No. Jeffrey.
Stop.
I don't know. Ah, it works.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. I will probably take the same approach as Duncan did. I will not describe many things. I will try to point out two particular ones. I will not discuss, or I will just very briefly go through what's background or what's legislation, because the legislation is spread into very many regulations, from the general one to the particular ones, including, of course, the European legislation. So, unlike in other types of law, you have to go through various sources, and sometimes they are contradicting each other, and it's quite hard to find the final outcome or the final advice for the client. And not only that the rules for the advertising law are spread into many documents. There are also many authorities, not just one authority who is governing the area or who is assessing the advertising and ads. That's it. For example, there are different institutions like Ministry of Health is responsible for food, Slovak Trade Commerce is for alcohol and tobacco, Ministry of Agriculture is responsible for the drugs and medicine. Not only that, also there is all the commercials that are being broadcasted on TV and radio can be supervised and challenged and assessed by the Broadcasters Association, even if it doesn't come, or all of that, if it's tobacco or food or anything like that, if it's broadcasted on TV, the Broadcaster Association can assess it. And there is also a, let's say, volunteering organization called the Slovak Advertising Standard Council, who is the organization that you can apply to. It has certain standards. It can say, or anyone can complain about any commercial anywhere just by saying something to it, and they will give their verdict. So that's about the basic background of Slovakia. Let's move to recent cases. One of the recent cases is the latest advertisement related to that logo, logo is the quality mark SK. It's a long-term going advertising campaign organized by Ministry of Agriculture. The idea behind was to support local producers, local farmers, local dairies, milk producers, by inventing that Slovak SK or quality mark SK, that we chose on the labeling of the product, we chose that the product has more than 75 of the content which comes from local farmers or local producers. When it was launched in 2004, it was very largely discussed from the point of view of competition, or let's say the positive discrimination. Why would that make sense, or that all the other producers which comes from foreign countries are then discriminated? But this is not a topic for this discussion. After certain doubts, it was launched and it operated, and I think it is successful. And in 2015, in the summer, they launched a commercial. This is just the picture. This is just a screenshot of it, which went like that. There was a family. The kids were playing, and then the mommy came with the bag full of stuff she bought in the shop, and the daughter ran to her and she asked, like, Mama, what did you buy me? And Mama gave her the crackers, and the kid asked, like, are the crackers marked? marked, meaning whether there is a SK quality mark, but also this has a double meaning, because when we in Slovakia are saying that is the product that you already bought marked, it means is it a quality one, or did you buy a t-shirt in a Chinese store that has nothing, or did you buy a t-shirt in Nike or Under Armour which has the mark somewhere labeled on it, and which the question, or the second meaning of that question, is it marked, means that did you buy a quality product. And that this one sentence, whether the crackers are marked, was challenged at the Advertising Standard Council. And Advertising Standard Council, of course, or surprisingly, ruled that this advertisement is not in it does not comply to the advertising standards, because the quality mark SK does not show. They were relying on that second meaning of that, is it marked. Quality mark SK only shows that basically or mostly Slovak products are creating the content of it. And it doesn't show or doesn't mean that the product has higher quality than anything else. Plus, it also related that the performance of the child actor was, let's say, it was exaggerating extremely. So that's it. If the message out of this case is that if you are using the child actor, do not exaggerate and do not use the double meaning phrases or double meaning quotes. Second case, this is something which it was largely discussed in the papers because it's using now ongoing immigration crisis in Europe. And this was launched by private company Agrofert, which is a poultry producer and most likely the natural monopoly in poultry producers in Slovakia. And they are doing their campaigns for a couple of years, and they are trying to build it up on the fact that they are trying to keep all the rules about the poultry. They are feeding the poultry with the healthy food. They are, let's say, producing the poultry on the very high hygienic rules. They are cooling them not by the water. They are cooling the process by the cool air. And this is where they build their brands, or on this type of they build their brands. And this campaign of immigrants started even before the immigrant crisis hit Europe. It started in late 2014 when the crisis hit Europe in 2015. So they didn't even know or didn't even recognize that there would be something like immigrants crisis. And it was a campaign that followed the new applied regulation, which imposed the obligation for the poultry producers to put on the label of their poultry the place of origin. That's this campaign is reaction to that new regulation. And the TV spot was like that there was a family watching TV, and then there was a breaking news, and breaking news was that there was some cheapy van caught on the border. There were some immigrants who were not able to prove their origin, and therefore those immigrants, those chickens who were not able to prove their origins, were put to jail and deported. And well, it was invented, or the idea behind this advertisement started in back 2014, but it was put on TV in 2015 in the summer, where all of that starts. And of course, the National Advertising Standard Council rejected it, and it said, the basic fact it said is that immigrant crisis or any political situation is so serious, so you cannot make fun of it, and you cannot even use it for advertising purposes and, let's say, earn money on someone else's, let's say, disasters and hard times. And that was basically it. Thank you very much.